Pope will be in Chile from Monday, January 15th to Thursday, January 18th. The Catholic Church will bear the cost of his religious events, and the Chilean government will handle those of his state encounters and security, as it does with other events such as concerts, football matches, or rallies.
Neither the Pope nor the Vatican will be paid for the trip. The cost will provide work for thousands of people and benefit the areas visited. In addition, 1 million people from Argentina are expected to arrive for the visit. All hotels have been booked, and Chile will be presented in a positive light by media outlets.
Pope Francis is traveling to 3 cities, the capital, Santiago, Temuco in the south, and Iquique in the north. In Santiago, he will hold large official encounters with the government, with bishops, and also with the youth. The Pope will go to the city of Temuco in Mapuche territory, very close to the border with Argentina.
The Mapuche are an indigenous group who were in Chile before Spanish arrival. They are nomads and were in permanent war until Chilean independence. After the 1970s land reform, the group resumed its claims. There's a violent Mapuche group who has burned churches and private property, but has yet to receive significant votes in elections.
The last stop is Iquique, an ancient open port in the north of the country. It's an area to which people migrate from all over Latin America, especially Peru, Bolivia, and Colombia. One of the trip's sensitive issues could come up there, the contention between Bolivia and Chile over obtaining an outlet to the sea.
The Bolivian outlet to the sea is one of the most delicate topics. The country lost its opening to the Pacific Ocean in a war with Chile that began in 1873.
Bolivia is appealing to the International Court of Justice to order Chile to negotiate an outlet to the sea. During his trip to Bolivia in 2015, Pope Francis advised both countries to hold dialogue. In Bolivia, this statement by the Pope about having an opening to the sea was well received, while it bothered Chileans.
O sea, yo diría que no es injusto plantearse una cosa de ese tipo, ¿no? Ese anhelo.
Chile has asked Pope Francis not to comment on the issue during this trip, at least until the court has made its decision.
Lo que le pedimos, no solamente al Papa, le pedimos a cualquier persona que se abstengan de opinar sobre este tema mientras está en manos del tribunal.
There are 2 cross-cutting themes that could present themselves in all of the Pope's gestures. One is the push for social friendship in the country, good relations between people even if they hold opposing views, and the other, helping the Church emerge from the prestige crisis in which it finds itself, especially after the Caradima scandal.
Father Fernando Caradima was a prestigious priest held in high regard until it was discovered he had a double life and had abused various people in the 1980s. In 2011, the Vatican declared him guilty, ordered him to be closed in a monastery, and prohibited him from any further pastoral missions. The Chilean court system had archived the accusations but later reopened them. However, due to the statute of limitations, they were unable to prosecute. The sentence coincided with the nomination of Juan Barros as Bishop of Osorno. He had previously been a bishop in another city, but as he was spiritually guided by Caradima, 3 victims accused him of covering it up. He denied it. Despite all of this, a group of people from his diocese have repeatedly protested since then and asked for his resignation.
Today, the church that had 80% credibility, like all institutions, because the same thing happens to representatives and senators, the church has fallen and is now one of the least trustworthy bodies in Latin America. Chile has the least popular church in Latin America. Surveys show that 36% confide in it, a 43-point decrease from 7 years ago. This is reflected in the lowest religious practice. The country has 17,800,000 inhabitants. In 2006, 70% were Catholics. In 2014, it decreased to 66.7%. Evangelicals have increased from 14 to 16%, and atheists from 12 to 22%. Pope Francis has 3 days in the country to change the situation.